Hello everybody, happy Friday to you. I apologize for being late today. I know it is no longer 4 o'clock, but it is still Friday. And it is just about 5 o'clock, but I am a little bit late today because we're actually on site in Hohokus, where we are working on a really exciting project. And as you can tell, we're still under construction. We're going to be moving in about December or so. But what we're doing here, and as you can tell by today's topic, is this is all about outdoor kitchens and strategies to cover those outdoor kitchens. So that's why I'm a little bit late, was because we were finalizing some design details on this project. And just to bring in a little bit as to what our plans are, we're going to be installing a Gennius. A Gennius, what is a Gennius, you may ask? A Gennius is a motorized, waterproof, retractable awning. And I've got my trusty little brochure here that I will show you a little bit about the Gennius in just a second. But in the meantime, I wanted to talk about outdoor kitchens. So, if you're following construction like I am, we know that expanding the outdoor living areas are one of, if not the most popular places people are expanding the footprint. Why is that? Because we love hanging outside, especially here in the Northeast, where we only get several months of precious, beautiful, warm weather, and we try to squeak out as many moments as we can. Behind me is a nice little 7,000 square foot renovation, and we're going to be installing the Gennius L1S. The L1S, like I said, essentially is a wooden pergola with an aluminum structure and a pleated fabric waterproof roof cover. So what happens with the Gennius is you've got the traditional look of a pergola, but you hit the button and the fabric unfurls and projects out, and we're going to be covering this whole patio and turn it into a retractable enclosure. This space will now be completely waterproof. So back to outdoor kitchens. Now, this is something that is actually kind of unique to us, because most of the time people will renovate, people will build, people will develop, architects will design these beautiful spaces, and when the people move in, when the restaurants open, when the people start to sit down, they realize, wow, it really is kind of too sunny and way too hot to sit here. What can we do about it? So typically what people do is they'll design a pergola or an arbor or some sort of a trellis, which looks quite nice. But as you can tell by some of our past episodes, these strategies are mostly temporary, let's just say. Because what people find with pergolas, and I'm not bashing on pergolas, but usually there's just not enough overhead wood to do a good job shading. And people will call us and say, what can we do about it? And we have lots of products that we can do with pergolas. But this is one of those rare, unique opportunities where we've got a blank slate, and we were sought out for our expertise, and we worked in conjunction with the builder here to develop and design an outdoor kitchen that the customer will not need to be married to either the shade that a canopy creates or the full sun and overexposed area that you will typically get with either a pergola or nothing, or some sort of a cantilevered umbrella or other. Side note about umbrellas, and again, we do these custom umbrellas ourselves, so I can't bash on umbrellas, but yesterday we were eating in town. JC and I, one of our sales guys, were eating right around the corner from the shop, and they had purchased this big, beautiful umbrella, cantilevered umbrella at Costco. I don't know how much it cost, but it was probably about 100, 120 square feet. And the shade, I kid you not, was literally seating, even though the system was positioned directly in the center strategically to try and cover as much of the seating area as we could, the shade was literally sideways thrown up against the wall. Now, obviously, as the seasons change, the scenario changes, but this is usually, like I said, a treat for me, because most of the time the low-hanging fruit is just slap an umbrella up, and people quickly realize that it's usually not the strategy that will be effective long-term, because they're just... Anyway, I won't go on about umbrellas. Back to the Gennius. So we are going to be checking back in on this project, and if you have any questions about the Gennius, about the way it was designed, or some of the cool things that you might like to see in the Gennius on this project, feel free to let us know. But in the meantime, like I said, we'll keep checking in, and we're going to get to production on this system, and we're probably going to be installing it sometime in mid-December, but I'll probably pick a segment to come back when the outdoor kitchen has had some more time to develop, so we can start to shape the project. Like I said, I keep reiterating myself, but this is a rare treat to us to actually have been involved on the design end, and instead of us fitting a square peg in a round hole, we're actually going to be specifying a system that's going to look like it was designed to go here, because it literally was. And we're going to have a nice, beautiful outdoor kitchen where people will be able to hang out and not have to run inside every time it gets too sunny or every time it rains, because we'll have a nice, beautiful pergola overhead. And just like we have here, if it starts to rain, we hit the button and the roof comes out, and now we've got a nice waterproof retractable space. Nobody has to go inside, the party doesn't have to get ruined, and everybody stays outside having a good time. So, like I said, we'll check back in again soon, and I apologize for being late today on Friday, but that's it for now. And if you guys have any questions, let us know. Check out our website at windowworks-nj.com, and I'll touch base with you soon. Thanks again. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.